This noon hour. Thank you for joining me on 54 Plus. I'm meteorologist Emily Owen, and we're going to continue to see this rain track on throughout the remainder of this lunchtime hour into the afternoon and potentially even into the early half of tonight for some of us. Now, the western side of the Tennessee Valley, they were dry a couple of hours ago, but notice how we're starting to see rain develop back behind this main cluster of showers and thunderstorms that we're seeing on the east side of the Tennessee Valley. Probably some heavier pockets of rainfall right now in Coleman County. We're also picking up on a little bit of lightning as well in some locations. And we also do have flood warnings and flood watches in effect. We had that flood warning for Jackson County, and then we've got a flood watch that's in effect for Giles and Lincoln counties in southern Middle Tennessee, and then we've got a flood watch in effect for Lauderdale, Limestone, Madison, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. This is going to last until about 7 o'clock this evening. If you're not experiencing rain, probably experiencing a cloudy sky, and unfortunately that's going to be the case for the remainder of today. We will remain pretty gloomy for this Wednesday, but we will see some drier periods heading our way. Temperatures right now hanging out in the low 80s, upper 70s for some of us. Fayetteville sitting right at 78. Here in Huntsville, we're sitting right at 80, 78 in Athens, Decatur, 79 right now in Moulton, Russellville sitting at 81 degrees, Scottsboro currently sitting in the mid 70s. But check out these dew points in the low to mid 70s. So this just means that it is extremely muggy outside, and that's going to aid in the rise of our heat index values for the next couple of afternoons. Tomorrow's peak heat index value is expected to be right around 103, and we're going to stay in the lower 100s through at least the next 5 days. Notice heading into the weekend, potentially seeing a peak heat index right around 105, heading into Sunday, 106, heading into next Monday. Wind speeds aren't expected to be an issue today. They're relatively calm, but we could see some higher wind speeds, maybe of around 10 miles per hour in some of these stronger rain showers and thunderstorms that we see develop for the rest of today. But like I mentioned, we're not expected to see damaging winds or anything like that for the rest of today. Speaking of rest of today, here's a look at the next 12 hours. We're going to remain in the low 80s for this noon hour, but temperatures eventually going to warm into the upper 80s once again this afternoon, and rain chances actually going to increase heading into this afternoon as well. Notice around 3 o'clock, it's about a 70% chance for rain, and that carries over into the 6 o'clock hours. So really the window between 3 and I would say about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock this evening is where we're expecting to see majority of the rainfall that we are expecting today. But once we get past about 8 o'clock, I would say tonight, things will turn much drier, much quieter, and temperatures are expected to fall into the mid 70s by about midnight. So let's go ahead and track it out on our futurecast. Like I mentioned, it's just going to be a day pretty much full of off and on rain showers. And some of these showers could contain a few rumbles of thunder, so thunderstorms are in the forecast for today as well. We were picking up on a little bit of lightning earlier on our FOX54 radar. And also, as I mentioned earlier, heading into later tonight, we're going to start to see much drier conditions. We'll continue to sit under partly clouds, but heading into Thursday morning, that's when we're expected to see more clouds develop, more rain to develop later in the afternoon tomorrow, and that's going to carry over into about the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, even 6 o'clock hours tomorrow, especially for our southern half of the Tennessee Valley. So really tomorrow is just going to be a copy and paste of today essentially, and we'll continue to see rain heading into late Thursday night, maybe even early Friday morning for those extreme southern portions of the Tennessee Valley. Really, I'm speaking to Coleman County. 73 expected for the overnight low tonight. We're going to warm back into the low 90s for tomorrow afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms going to be in the forecast there as well. Temperatures are going to be running slightly above average for the remainder of this week and into the weekend, as well as the early half of next week. Notice heading into this weekend, high temperatures expected to be right around 94 degrees, and we'll hit the mid 90s heading into next Monday, but it looks like we do have a slight cool down heading our way once we get beyond the 7-day forecast, but I can assure you the heat isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Rain chances for the next 7 days, we've got about a 50% chance for tomorrow afternoon, and then once we get past tomorrow afternoon, things going to turn much quieter. We've only got about a 10% chance for rain to develop heading into Saturday and Sunday. And then looking ahead into the first half of next week, only about a 20% chance Monday through at least Wednesday of next week. So we've got Tropical Storm Erin out in the Atlantic, the 5th named storm of the season so far, and we're starting to get into the peak of hurricane season. So don't be surprised if we start making our way through this list through the next couple of months. Erin is forecasted to make it to major hurricane status, which is going to be Category 3 or above. And that's expected to happen, it looks like, by early Sunday morning is when we're expecting to make it to Category 3. We're not expecting this to make a direct impact to landfall, and really we're talking about the eastern coastline of the United States, but it definitely could bring a little